Sawadee-krap ทุกคน My name is Gary Johnson. I live in Chiang Rai, in the north of Thailand. I moved here 3 months ago, and before I moved to Thailand, I was practicing trying to learn Thai on my own, on and off, for about a year. But since getting here, I've been working much more diligently on my studies. And I wanted to share just a little bit about what's worked for me. So one resource that I've used a lot has been YouTube videos. There are a lot of little short videos that can teach phrases or words, tones. You can really piece a lot together that way. And that helped me to get started with understanding the sounds of Thai and how some of the grammar worked. But in my experience, the thing that really made everything possible for me so much easier was learning to read in Thai, to read and write. The script does seem a bit daunting at first, but it is absolutely doable. And by learning to read Thai, I was able to learn all of the sounds that exist in the Thai language. The individual sounds, the groupings of sounds, how they all chain together. And that helps to better attune my ear to what I'm listening for, and my mouth to what I need to say. And by being able to read, this really gives me the ability to practice constantly whenever I am walking around outside, because there are signs everywhere. There's writing everywhere. And so I'm constantly able to just keep my brain busy trying to decipher everything I can see around me. And that helps me, again, see the same kinds of words, the same phrases over and over again, even if I didn't say a word to anybody. So I had this silent practice that's happening when I'm walking around in public, which is really helpful for keeping me prepped. So when I do go to speak, my brain's already in Thai mode, so to speak. So that's been super, super helpful for me. I would strongly recommend learning to read Thai to anybody who wants to speak it. And my biggest motivation for learning Thai is, of course, that I moved here recently with my partner, and I'd like to stay here for a while. And I think if I want to live here in Thailand, I want to integrate in with the culture. I want to be able to make Thai friends, go to Thai events, social events, and interact with the people around me. I want to integrate with the culture, and I want to show my respect for the Thai people and for their culture. So learning their language is, I think, one of the biggest ways I can show that. The hardest challenge for me, I would say, after I got over the hump of reading, is really the tones. Right? Thai is a tonal language that is challenging for an English speaker like myself. I'm an American, but it is doable. It's absolutely doable. The more you hear it, the more you see it, it helps. And also the writing, again, brings it all together. Because otherwise, if I'm just thinking, oh, my, or my, and on and on. These are all different words, but they're actually spelled completely differently, right? The tones show up in the spelling. And so now when a person says this, I go, oh, yeah, I can see the spelling, right? I know they're different words. And so I think that helps me a lot also with differentiating and seeing those tones in my head as I go. But yeah, I'm getting there. I'm learning more and more of the tones of the words. And you can do it too. It's not impossible. The good news is Thai people do listen to what you're saying. They do expect you to probably make mistakes because you're a foreigner, and they can figure out what you're saying a lot of the time, just from context. Even if you got the tone wrong, they go, oh, they probably meant this. So it's totally doable, don't be afraid. So I've been studying, I've gone from my self-study practice to also working with a Thai language coach here in Chiang Rai, Khun Bean. And so she's been helping a lot because she holds me accountable, right? Otherwise, I could let it slip. I could not keep practicing. So she really helps me with that. Every week I'm seeing her. I gotta have my homework done. I have to be ready to share what I learned this last week. She gives me assignments. She helps correct my pronunciation, my tones, helps me understand the grammar rules where I'm making mistakes. When I run into things that I can't figure out myself, I write down the questions during the week. Then I can ask her and she can explain to me why something works a certain way. And that's helped to really unblock a lot of things for me. So having that opportunity to sit down with a Thai native speaker on a regular basis and be able to figure out what the answers are to all those little questions that were building up in my head, super useful. And Beam has also really helped me to not only improve my pronunciation of the Thai sounds, the Thai phonics as she calls them, and the tones, and she's helping me improve my handwriting, which is atrocious. I apologize. I'm getting better at my handwriting. But also, she's encouraged me to read books and to watch movies and things. And that's really made me push myself way above the level that I was trying for. So I think by setting the bar high for me and her other students, I think she gives us something to really shoot for. So I have gotten a bunch of children's books that she had recommended, and those have been helpful. But I've also gotten harder books. I got a book of like Thai folk tales, kind of like Aesop's fables for kids. And that's been really neat, seeing like the English and the Thai side by side, little short stories, so I can piece them together, learn more vocabulary that way and grammar. I even got Alice in Wonderland translated into Thai, and that is that's going to be a tough one. But I'm telling myself, once I can finally read my way all the way through that, I got Thai down. So it's not going to happen soon, but maybe within this next year I'll get it. So anyway, I'm shooting for it. So I'm working my way through. I'm reading through paragraphs, reading through pages, bringing questions to Beam, and that's helping me. So I really like that she's pushing me outside of my comfort zone, encouraging me to try something harder than I would otherwise. And then in our classes together, we practice, again, like going back to the fundamentals, getting the sounds right, making sure that we're making the right combinations of consonants and vowels, and that we can read the words as written, that we can do the tones, all that stuff. And again, everything is with the Thai script. So this is great. So I'm not having to learn this intermediate Romanized alphabet that's trying to represent the sounds of Thai, but falling short. So because I'm doing everything from Thai script in class and on my own, and out and about when I'm reading signs, when I'm looking at subtitles on shows, anything I'm doing, it's very helpful. And I also recently put the Thai keyboard on my phone, which has been super useful. So now I can text to people in Thai and switch back and forth between English and Thai. This has been pushing me to remember more clearly the spellings of certain words, right? So that's also further crystallized things in my mind. Just looking at my notes here, I think those are the main things I wanted to share. I've been having a great time learning Thai. I think it's really going to open up the world here for me, and I think it can for everybody else who wants to learn it too. It's absolutely accessible. Thai people are really nice and inviting and welcome people to speak their language, even if we make mistakes. And so I try just not to worry too much and just go for it. And I'm almost always met with a very good reception. So thank you so much. Khop khun krap.